I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With that, let's head over to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa for the call of this one. We bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
And this is a guy who cares totally about his team. He will do whatever it takes for a play to be successful and for his team to win. I've seen him become a lead blocker on running plays, even though I'm sure his coaches don't want him anywhere near that pile.
Winston now to throw on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. And a peek now at the offense for Tampa Bay.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. He takes this for 3 to the 29. The starting defense for the Falcons.
Many people thought Keanu Neal was overdrafted by Atlanta, but they saw his talents and knew that he would fit their scheme perfectly. A hybrid player, can play deep in the secondary as a safety, can drop down into the box and also make a lot of tackles, and at times can stay on the field and serve a linebacker role as well.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Here we go. Here we go.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall pick of the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
Always knew he'd be a gym rat, very cerebral player, a guy that beats you with his mind as well as his physical attributes. But the best part, poise under pressure. He knows how to bring a team back in the 4th quarter.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now it's Ryan. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And running with power here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here now the offensive starters for Atlanta.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 27 yards there, a first down. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow...
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And a quick look at the Buccaneer defensive starters.
Jaleel Adai's versatility is a big plus for him. He can match up against the tall receivers. He can match up against the short, quick receivers. He can cover inside. He can cover outside. And as an added bonus, he tackles well, too.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Shaquille Barrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up.
Now Ryan on first down. Caught by Sanu. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Ryan. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Right there, 54 miles. Here we go.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people and power his way forward.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go counter with Howard. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. 3rd and long for Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. On the return, this is Haney. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. And he has enjoyed some solid groundwork, and some good holes have been created by the guys up front.
Almost get the sense that their game plan is working to perfection, that what they worked on in practice all week, they just translated and taken it out onto the field in this ball game. And, boy, they're liking what they're seeing.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 9, Ryan. And his throw is incomplete. Devin White, the rookie out of LSU, there to bat that one away.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Levante David drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Jameis to throw it. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. That's caught by Howard. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Running with Howard. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down and close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now Ryan down around the goal line. Jones has it. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll run. This is Hunt. Running right through it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now it's Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday. In the nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper.
He used to,
and they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Ryan. And he's going to go down again. Shaquille Barrett, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. Oh, he shifts past him. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On second down, it's Howard. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And in the second quarter, it's the Redskins who are out in front. Paul Richardson, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. Nick Foles with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. Stephon Diggs, a touchdown reception. In our game, it was the former MVP, Matt Ryan, with a strong first half. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
From the 41, Ryan. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice?
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now Howard. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And able to find Dorsett. And it's a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
He's like, the announcer's like, oh, tackle him behind the line for another first down.
It's Hunt. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Ryan. Here's Sanu on the catch. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. From the shotgun, Ryan. Flush to his right. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt. He's going to get it running right. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kareem Hunt, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game being on second half no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Next time he gets hit, broken back. Out
now
for
the
career.
Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball,
style.
turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Running back.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Winston. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll try to run for it with Howard. Oh, and they had it stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me.
Attack McKinley.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Winston connecting with Howard. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They go play action. Winston. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Gets it to Bryce Butler complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch. I'm short of a first down.
Now it's Hunt. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend, show that he's right.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Oh, nice.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. He's got Hooper on the short connection. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls
I don't know.
down.
My offense is not as good as it was last year.
The Falcons send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you put something out there, you're giving yourself a chance,
11
you're in
carries,
range,
3
and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. And he's able to get up here to the 26. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Winston to Godwin on the connection there for a Tampa Bay first. Winston now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Winston. He now has stripped. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. This complete to Jones. Julio. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards there, a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
25. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Here's Hunt. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will take it in for
my backup running back now.
Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons push further out in front. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Winston. He finds Dorsett. It's complete.
Block another one.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Matt Ryan and the Falcon offense set to get going again. And right now it's all about probably just working some clock and enjoying this victory because they're up big here late in the 4th.
And somewhere on their sideline, probably the head coach allowed a little bit of a grin to hit his face because most coaches love to run other teams into submission. And that's what they've done in this game.
We'll see if they can continue and get this one into the locker room with more smiles. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Hunt. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back.
Dude was a monster.
And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
So did
on 2nd down, it's Hunt.
Retire again?
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Williams. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. A give right side now to Hunt. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Prater for the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Very short kick. Good. This will be taken by one of the
issue is he gets hurt.
He'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
even after that big-time return. It's not looking great for them today,
healthy,
but if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
That if they both stayed healthy, they're probably two of the best tight ends.
And Winston lost the football.
Jordan
now the
Reed.
Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with second and very long. Throwing, Winston. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. Third down here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Winston. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Wow, what a catch.
And that will get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. One last shot now for Winston. Open man completes it to Butler. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Falcons, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.